So she goes into his bedroom and she opens his closet, and there's a storage bin in there. And inside of it, she lifts the lid. There's a garbage bag. So she pulls back a garbage bag and finds another garbage bag, but it's transparent, so she can see through it. And she realizes it's
Huh?
And in her son's closet. Kid
Oh
you
my
not.
God. Hey, welcome back to whatever the hell this is, Ryland's Distracted Edition.
Yay!
We're not going to fight. We're not going to start the show with a fight. We've been having a good week,
Yeah, very good week.
but we're going to a pumpkin thing.
Ooh.
Jared's coming. Babies are coming.
What is it, like a haunted hayride, or?
What is it called?
It's Night of the Jacks. It's local in Calabasas. It's basically zoo lights for all of you that live in places
No
that
one
do
knows
zoo
what zoo
lights.
lights is.
Yes, they do. Everyone that doesn't live in California has a zoo light.
Spencer?
You go to your local zoo and
I
it's
didn't
all
have a
lit
local
up.
zoo, to be fair, but I also have never heard that term in my life.
You guys are losers.
Yes. Zoo Lights is new to me. I'd never heard of it.
Before we get to any of that, we need to bring up why Chris is in a different location. We wanted to try something new. I'm just kidding. We had a fuck up here, and one of the blinds isn't closing, so the sun is coming in, so it's ruining Chris's shot. So now Chris is sitting in front of the fireplace. You might see some reflections, a little BTS. What's going on?
I moved this way and it literally sun directly in my eye.
What's this? Okay, so yes, we are so excited because we have here Mama Vicky.
Looking better than ever with her fresh cut bangs.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
I feel like Taylor's here, right?
Very
Oh,
Swift-like.
now That's charming.
In a Reputation outfit?
Oh my gosh.
You look good.
Going for the best son-in-law.
I'm serious. When she walked out, she was like, "Do you want me to wear something like this?" And I was gagged. I was like, "Oh my God, are we backstage right now? Should I not be seeing you? Like, you look good. We need to take pictures."
And we kind of match.
Yes,
guys
that's,
do that.
that's what I
like
noticed
it.
is
Whoa.
that jacket. And I thought, oh, it kind of goes.
Everyone remember, I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm working.
Update.
I will say there is a theme for today's episode, and it's not just the fact that we all look so well. I feel like I don't look good, but look at everybody looking sexy.
Is that the theme? Just sexy? Ooh, I like it.
No, the theme is true crime, and that's because Vicky is here, and Vicky is the biggest true crime fan I've ever met. It's to a point where I was a little nervous about it, and she has such a strong stomach. Like, we were on our way to dinner, and she was telling us a story about a woman getting chopped up and thrown in a million pieces off a cliff, and I was just like, okay, like, we're about to eat, and then we're eating, and she's like, oh, I forgot to tell you the end, and then the foot came off, and I was like, okay, my Caesar salad, but like, you just love it.
Not in front of my salad.
I do. I'm addicted to
Something
watching
about
it.
women and Chris that they just can't turn off their true crime podcast when they're going to sleep at night. That's real.
You know, it's YouTube. Once you watch one,
YouTube's the problem.
It really is. Once you watch one, they just put tons of them out there, and so every night that's pretty exciting.
She was pissed because while she's here in California now, one of her favorite true crimers is on tour in Colorado, and she's like, "But I'm missing my favorite true crimer."
I was thinking about going to see her.
What do they do live? Do
That's
they
what
just
I asked.
talk about crime live?
Kill people.
She'll update you probably on the latest cases.
Okay.
I would love to see that.
I know, right? I love
I love
interrogations too. See, that's the thing that gets me.
Trying to find out if they're guilty or not.
I will say, you did interrogate me when I first started dating Ryland.
Really?
I did. Yeah.
I can't imagine my
Really?
mom
Well,
doing
she wanted to see my intentions,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
where I'm going with this,
Fair enough.
I did.
if I wanted kids or not. Like, you had questions.
You guys even every once in a while bring up kids, and
Was that real or was that just for a video?
I'm sure it was real.
Oh.
I would think.
What did you think when you first met me for the first time? Were you like, why is...
And you could be honest, because it wasn't great on Shane's end.
Oh, what?
what are you talking about?
The very first time Shane... No, you knew that it was overwhelming the first time Shane came to our house.
Oh, that's
it was a
true.
little too much the first time you came to our house.
That's true.
Wait, what? What was too much?
Well, it was a lot. We weren't expecting what we had coming at us. We went over to the local little
That
mall.
for some reason I
and-
feel like we didn't know he was gay.
There was a lot of this.
We were expecting a female.
We thought our son was straight.
No, I just didn't
It
know.
was a
all
hard
these-
pill to swallow when we found out he was the wife.
I didn't know all these kids. Well, they're teenagers, but to me, they're kids. all these teenagers would approach him and be all around us, and that was like
Here's the thing,
intimidating.
and that wasn't like my issue with when I went there for the first time, because I had a little panic attack, and the reason was because you guys were doing this thing where, and it was the whole family, it wasn't just you.
Oh.
It was the whole family, which I love all of them, but they were doing this thing where they were like, oh, we're gonna go to dinner tonight. Sorry, it's not a 5-star restaurant, Mr. Celebrity. Or like, oh, let's get in the car. Or do you want us to call a limousine? Shit like that. Like, it was like funny, but then it got to a point where I'm like, do they really think? And then I was like, wow. And then your brother was really going in. Like, oh, and I love him. He was going in on me.
Was he really?
Oh my God. He was just like, hold on, like fucking paparazzi's coming. I'm like, oh my God. But then after I got to know them,
Yeah.
and then
Well,
you
I
said
don't think
you-
anyone in Colorado has encountered some, like, because it started because, yeah, we went to the mall and, like, Shane was mobbed at the mall because
that
it's more.
sounds. Come on.
You were. But but then for them,
and
I
we've
think
never
it clicked to
seen
them.
that.
They're like, what?
We
Sounds
didn't
like a
know
Lifetime
lot
movie.
About you two.
Yeah.
It kind of does like a Christmas movie.
Yeah, like who
Yeah.
is this guy? We've never seen anything like this in Colorado. Who is this? Wow. You make it sound like Kentucky or something, like, you know?
Oh my god.
Well, we love you, Vicky.
Yeah. Thank
We
you.
can't wait to hear about you talking about chopping up bodies. We'll get to that later in the show. Chris,
Yes.
I need to talk about your shirt.
Okay.
So there's a reason I got you this shirt. It's because you're very kissy, well, not with me, but you know, you're a kissy person. And there was a podcast.
How
not
do you
that-
know?
Well, because the comments. There was a podcast not that long ago where I didn't even notice it in person, but all the comment, look, the top comment was just like, Chris is hickey, Chris is hickey.
no.
Okay, I have two questions. Number one, was it a hickey? Number two,
Of course it was a hickey.
Number two, well, I don't want to judge, but I just have questions about how that
How did you get it?
happened.
Yeah.
I've never had one. I don't know. It seems
You
very-
gave me a hickey our first year of dating,
No,
but
I-
never since. No,
When?
never. Our first year of
No, I
dating.
didn't.
Oh, and
How do you
video.
even do that?
Somebody had to
It's in a
cover it at
video.
Clever every day.
How do you even give a hickey? I don't.
Kiss something for too long. You suck a little bit. Yes.
Yeah, you like suck
Back
on
in the
skin.
day, fake hickeys were a thing. People would
That's
use
true.
vacuums and put fake hickeys on their neck
Yeah.
just to make it, yeah, just
My
because
friends
it's
actually
suction.
found out I was gay from a hickey.
No way.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
A girl could give you a hickey
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I was
Very
gonna say.
confusing.
Well, no, she did. No, okay.
Okay, so
It was how it led to it.
so is this like a kink, or is this something that you enjoy? Like, I just want to know the process.
Does he just slap you with barbecue sauce?
That's exactly it. No, I've never had one on purpose. It's not like an intentional thing. Like we're gonna give you a hickey. My answer is very hard to say with Vicky right there. Oh my God, Vicky, please cover your ears.
She's heard worse. She listens to true crime.
Vicky feels.
Yeah.
Oh no. So.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So, sometimes I have really rough sex and I get really into it and things happen. I have sensitive skin. I've realized it doesn't take much. And I saw the comments and every time like we start to get too into it, I'm intimate again. I'm like, please don't give me another hickey. I don't want all those comments. That's so embarrassing.
it's a real inconvenience to have a hickey.
Wait, but so you're not doing neck kissies? It sounds like you're not kiss. I kiss everywhere. So you're sticking
Ugh, I
just.
hate that. When he if he even isn't even trying, but if he like puts his head near me and his beard describes like it just feels.
That's what he does too.
What about a little like on the ear? Or something? Really?
I always like, I'm not like sucking, but I'm like nestling in and I'm like, stop it.
I love it so much. I don't like that feeling. Vicky, when you were, oh my God, Vicky Hickey. So like, what was like the thing? Like, what was before Hickey? Was it like, oh, you got a snog? Or, I don't know.
Okay, even back in high school, it was a hickey.
And they were just going
were-
steady.
Yeah.
Going steady.
Yeah, so there you go.
Wow.
My mom was dating a criminal too in high school.
Whoa, what?
Did.
Vicky?
You have a good memory. I did. I had a boyfriend I was dating, and for some reason, he robbed a Pizza Hut.
For some reason.
Probably money.
Was it to create a better life for the two of you, or was he just being greedy about it?
I don't remember, but I forgot about that.
Did he
How
go to
you
jail?
remember? Yeah.
Vicky, I also dated someone who robbed from an establishment that went to jail. We have this in common.
Really?
Why did you
How old
blur
were
out
you?
the establishment?
Yeah,
What are you hiding?
I don't know. It was Target. I felt I don't know why I didn't want to say it. I don't know.
You want to get the promotion?
Still
And I think
pending
that's what my dad's
investigation.
doing, right?
Nope. After that was still a little bit of high school, and yeah, I forgot about that. How do you remember?
This is Shane.
Where is
Very
he
cool.
Now? Where is he now?
No clue.
You don't look him up.
Well, guess
Probably
what,
coming for
Vicky?
us since we're talking about him.
We have him on the phone.
Yeah.
Call that call from.
You really don't look up your exes?
I haven't for years. No.
You do?
I don't.
Oh.
It's been a while. I don't really have that many exes.
I don't know if we talked about this, but I realized my first 2 exes after they cheated on and broke up with me, but 2 of them immediately after got married.
With each
They're
other.
probably cheating on whoever they married then.
And
Cheaters
so-
are cheaters.
Probably, but I'm also like, why do they marry right after me?
Oh,
There
that's
was
a
a-
Lifetime movie.
There was a movie about that, but it was a guy that after you date this dude, you find the one.
You have sex with someone and then they find their true love. Isn't that how it works?
Has everybody lost their minds? That's ridiculous.
Whoa.
That's
I
my
feel
life.
like Jessica Alba was in it.
Oh,
Am I just?
It is a movie.
wow. She does have very sensitive skin. I don't know why I know that. Okay, so we're going to do a segment right now that we did a few episodes ago, and I really enjoyed it. And you guys in the comments seem to like it too, so I brought it back. We're going to do the rabbit hole. Ooh. I don't have a song for this yet. Oh my God, we need a song for this.
Yeah.
We do.
Okay, I'll work on it.
It has to happen.
Okay, so Vicky, if you don't know, a rabbit hole is something that you fall down in the middle of the night, you can't get out of it, you're like researching, you're like, oh my God, this is so crazy, this is so crazy. You keep watching videos more and more and more, just like you do with true crime.
I do. Yeah.
Okay, so I fell down a rabbit hole recently, and then you guys can talk about your rabbit holes. My rabbit hole is all about songwriting. I know. Sounds kind of boring, like, okay, whatever, but no. There is so much drama in the songwriting community. Like, I've been watching all these podcasts. There's this guy, Daniel Wall. He has a podcast called Behind the Wall, and he interviews the biggest songwriters of all time for like hours, and they just sit there and they talk about how they came up with Halo or how they came up with this Bieber song. And the stories are always so interesting, and there's always drama with like songwriters. It's very cool. So,
Okay.
one episode I watched recently that I just thought was so funny and like kind of blew my mind. I told Spencer about it the other day and he was like, what? Okay, so there was this writer. His name is Evan Kidd Bogart. And he wrote Halo by Beyonce.
Wow.
He wrote SOS by Rihanna. So he starts talking about like one of the craziest moments he's had in songwriting in his early years. And he was working at this record label with his friend and he wanted to sign a rapper and like, you know, do a rap album. So he found this rapper from Miami named Franchise, like hardcore rapper from Miami, hard lyrics, and they made this entire rap album for this new rapper named Franchise. And then they were like, ooh, we should sample the song Stand By Me. You know that song.
Stand by me.
Wow.
You guys gotta do an album.
Yeah.
By me.
So the rapper Franchise is like, oh, I got an idea for like a chorus. So he sings this chorus and everybody in the room is like, are you a fucking singer? And he's like, I guess. And they're like, fuck the rap thing, fuck all that. They rebranded him completely to make him a singer, redid his entire album, came up with a name for him because his real name was Kishawn Anderson. So they said, okay, fuck the name Franchise. We're going to call you Sean Kingston.
No way.
Because his family's from Kingston, Jamaica, and his name was Kishawn, and they made a song for a fake name, Sean Kingston. So he originally was like this hardcore rapper, and then he turned into, the song was, what's the song? Suicidal.
Beautiful girl.
Yes.
You could never make it. Song comes out, #1 hit right away, huge. Now he has this whole career where he's a singer, never raps again. Is that crazy?
It is. It's almost crazier to think that it was just kind of going to be a fabricated situation where they got this kid, they had a name for him, they were giving him all this music, and then he sang, and then it just became something totally different. So it shows you how manufactured a lot of the music industry is in general, I would say, too.
Well, that's the very interesting part. Shout out Sean Kingston, by the way. He's very talented.
I think if the opportunity presents itself and you want to meet the moment, you've got to do what you got to do.
Well, that's what I started learning about these songwriters is like you hear a song on the radio and you think like, okay, that Justin Bieber song, Love Yourself, your mama don't like you because she likes everyone.
Love it.
Right.
Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
Like, everybody thinks that song's about Selena Gomez because it was like right after their breakup, whatever. But no, it was written by Ed Sheeran and this guy, Benny Blanco, who now dates Selena Gomez, interestingly enough.
Oh.
And yeah, not about her at all. They literally wrote it and then they were like, Bieber would sound good on this. Gave it to Bieber, he recorded it, and everybody's like, Bieber's talking about Selena.
All the
Literally
fans
not at
like decode the lyrics of
Not
the
at all.
artist. And of course, when you
So
sell a
funny.
song to that popular of an artist, they get a songwriting credit, which creates the illusion to people that aren't like looking into songwriting that Justin Bieber wrote the song.
This is kind of, speaking of the Bieber thing, I thought this was interesting. Do you guys know who Mike Posner is?
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
Mike Posner.
Yeah, and then his first big song was "You Think You're Cooler Than Me." You got-
Yes.
I love his voice.
Okay, he's so good. So that song comes out, that album comes out, the Cooler Than Me album.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's like 2011, 2012.
I like that. It was a good album.
It's really good.
Yeah.
So that comes out, does really well. And then he puts out another single or something, and it doesn't do well. So his record label, they're working on the second album, and he's making all these songs, and they're like, you know what? We're going to shelve it. You're not a pop star anymore. We don't believe in your future, so we're going to shelve it. You can't do anything. Here's your music's on a shelf, basically.
And you're signed to the label, so you don't have a choice if they shelve you.
Right.
It's fucked.
And he's like, please, like, these songs are good. I'm proud of them. Like, please, please, please. And they're like, no. The record label hears some of the songs. They're like, those do kind of sound like hits, but you're not going to be a pop star. So they took the songs and gave them to other people.
No way.
So Justin Bieber's big, like, rebrand song, Boyfriend, If I Was Your
Yeah.
Boyfriend, written by Mike Posner for his second album.
And I have to say,
Wow.
the record label was smart. I love Mike Posner, and he wrote the song, but to make it the super pop song that it was, putting that song imagery with Justin Bieber, it's like he was the right branding for that package.
You know what? I have to actually rephrase what I just said because I don't think it was the record label's idea. I think Mike Posner started playing the songs for other artists.
When the record label shelved him?
Yes. So I think it was
Smart
Mike's
of him,
idea.
proactive. Good
And it
for you,
worked.
Mike Posner.
Boyfriend went #1 like instantly, one of Bieber's biggest songs ever. So like that happens, right? The second time it happens, Maroon 5, you know that song, Sugar. Oh, Sugar.
Sugar?
So sweet, taking on me. Mike Posner song.
Whoa.
Straight to #1. Those are two songs from his second album. He would have had two #1 songs on
That's
his second
so
album.
sad.
And he told them, he was like, I have hits. And they were like, man, we don't believe you.
That's
Isn't that crazy?
so sad.
And then it took him years, and then he came back with that. I took a pill and
Well, because he was massively depressed
Yes.
because of everything that happened to him. So I don't know how excited he was about sharing the music and having to go through that. But then he went to like a music festival in Ibiza, and he was just very depressed, and he took some pills to get himself excited, and he had like an existential moment, and that's what the song is about.
Yeah. Well, even like Kesha, like she started as a writer and like a demo singer. Like she would sing the demos for like a Katy Perry song or a Britney Spears song or whatever. And then she sang the demo of that "You Spin My Head Right Round," that Flo Rida song. And they were like, we like this. They kept it, but they didn't even credit her. And the song went #1, and it's a Flo Rida song, and it doesn't say featuring Kesha. Maybe now it does. But like we all heard Kesha on a #1 song for years, not knowing it was her. So I don't know. It's just very interesting how that whole world works and how it all ties together, and how there's all this drama with other songwriters because like you write a #1 song and then like when's your next song? And I don't know.
Wasn't Kesha on Simple Life?
Yes, she was on The Simple Life as like one of the families Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie live with.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really?
The only thing that the songwriting rabbit hole has done for me, though, is there's such a formula. Like, there really is.
Yeah.
Like, these writers, like, I watched Ryan Tedder. He wrote everything, every big song you could think of. He's from One Republic, that Too Late, Apologize.
Oh.
Too late.
Yeah, so he writes everything. So
Nailed
he
it.
was talking about the formula, and he was just like, at 5 seconds, you need this hook here, you need this here, melody, and he's a genius. And he was doing it, and I was just like, wow, now every song I hear on the radio, I hear the formula, like boom, 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 boom.
It's the hit factory.
I think people are coming more aware of that and who is writing songs and the credits of songs. And I will say, just to defend Taylor a little bit, because she is so
We were
into
coming
the
after
writing of her
her.
music,
It
you're
always comes
experiencing-
back to her.
You're experiencing somebody perform something that they actually wrote about a time in their life that they're referencing, because it's all to the song itself.
But
he-
even like the song Halo, though, like that song is so deep and about finding the love of your life, and it's like they're your angel and all these things, and you hear it and you're thinking, oh, Beyonce's talking about Jay-Z and all these things, whatever, when it came out, and then it's like these two guys like in a room fucking around, and they were like, oh, what about this? Oh, we should call it Halo. Oh, what about that? And then they just wrote it in 30 minutes.
Ryan was like going through like sounds on his keyboard and his computer or whatever, and that angelic pad that's in the song started playing, and we kind of looked at each other and we were like, yeah.
and they're like,
Wow.
Beyonce would sing this well. Let's
Literally,
get her
Beyonce would
people.
sing it.
I'm shook.
Have you ever heard that one song that you didn't have to cut me down or whatever? That guy actually did not want to be famous at all. That song went to #1, weeks on the charts. And then what really made him mad is so many people were doing covers of it that sounded like shit.
You know, my stage name is being badly represented by all these other people doing really crap interpretations of my song.
That he like hated the song, and then he would do shows and people would just sit there and wait for him to sing that song and then walk out when he had like a whole album of music. So on YouTube, he's actually never put ads on his music at all. And he uploaded more music, no ads, and now he tours and like does small shows because he hated being famous.
Okay,
that's interesting.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I don't know. I just want to say really quick that it's such a bummer for me when I find that out, and I think that's why I've like pop music has always been difficult for me. Like, because I grew up.
It's not just pop music at all.
But like, if you listen to like punk rock music, which I grew up listening to, almost all of it, they are writing all of it themselves. There's not like punk rock ghostwriters. Rarely, like there are, but it's not super common. And like. Yeah. I don't know. So there's definitely like genres of music that this doesn't happen as often to. And so when I don't know, I guess growing up like with people writing music and like being so passionate about the words and words meaning everything to me, when I find that out, it's such a bummer. And it like, I don't know.
The words could still mean something to you though. You just don't have to correlate who wrote it, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's what watching all these songwriter interviews has done for me. It's actually made me like the songs more because now I know the real, like the people behind it and I'm like rooting for them because sometimes they don't get paid as much as they should. And sometimes, you know, whatever. And I'm like rooting for this guy who I watched
because they're giving a percentage to the artist that didn't write it.
Right.
But they're also like forced to give it up because I won't give them a chance. I'd rather hear them sing it.
Right.
But you never would.
Hey, sorry to interrupt the show. Okay, really quick before I start, if I seem a little scared or like shaky or off, it is because right before I started, I picked up these headphones and there was a huge spider crawling out from the earphone part, which thank God I found it before I put them on. But imagine if the spider would have crawled and went to, what if there's eggs? If that happened, these ads are going to get really interesting. Like, get ready. SeatGeek wasn't ready for this. Yes, today's first sponsor is SeatGeek. Let me calm myself down a little bit. Anyways, yes, SeatGeek. Thank you so much to SeatGeek for sponsoring this episode. If you don't know who SeatGeek is, oh my gosh, I've done a terrible job then because I've talked about them a lot before. They are the best place in the world to get tickets from. Broadway shows, comedy shows, sports festivals. That seems not real. They have every type of event you could think of, and they give you the best prices on tickets. They rate them from 1 to 10. So when you go and you look at the seats, so say you want to go see Sabrina Carpenter, go to her show, you click on her seats, and if you see a little green dot, that means this is a good price. If you see a red dot, that means overpriced, not worth it. Right now, Usher, Post Malone, Sabrina Carpenter, so many people are on tour, and SeatGeek has all the tickets. I'm adulting. Oh my God, this spider has triggered the millennial in me. Imagine that's my power. It turns me into a super millennial. Oh my God, I save the world, and then I go, I did a thing. This is a good idea. Somebody don't steal this from me. So yeah, SeatGeek is giving you guys a huge discount today. All you gotta do is use code GROWER10 and you'll get 10% off of any tickets at SeatGeek. Doesn't matter how many times you've bought tickets on SeatGeek before, GROWER10 is gonna get you 10% off of your next order. So take out the app, check it out, use code GROWER10. So thank you so much, SeatGeek, for sponsoring this episode, and I will see you guys in the next ad. Take me to go get nom noms so I can has cheeseburger. Ooh, that hurt. I can't even right now. See you guys later. Bye. Okay, well, that was my rabbit hole. Does anybody else have a rabbit hole that they want us to fall down with them?
My problem with this segment is the rabbit holes I always fall down. I'm like on my phone about to fall asleep, and I'm like, holy shit, that's crazy. Like that happened. That's like I wake up like I don't remember anything. But Vicky reminded me of one that so my version of you always getting the interrogation videos. I see those thumbnails, but I follow more into the Karen's getting arrested body cam footage video.
Yes. Are you kidding me?
No, we are not kidding you.
I
love those videos. Yeah. Like the more annoying the woman or man tends to be a drunk woman in Florida, if the majority of the videos, but it's the best.
Do you have like a favorite Karen moment?
I don't know if I told you guys this, but I was did I tell the story about when I was at Kava after a recording?
No.
We were recording something and I was at a Kava and the guy in front of me in line was like yelling at, like, I don't remember, the employees like messed up his order a little bit. Like they scooped the wrong thing and they're like, oh, we'll start.
He was
over.
being a Ryland, it sounds like.
Honestly, that's more being a Jerid.
Whoa.
Oh, Thank you,
I don't yell.
When it
okay?
comes to fast food,
I beat down with logic.
I would never go back through a fast food line though.
Oh yeah, but so they messed up his order, and then they were gonna throw. He's like, "Don't throw it away! Don't throw it away!" And then he kept getting more and more mad. I got to KIKOFF a lot, and they were doing everything normal. Like they weren't messing anything up. They scooped the wrong meat in. He started screaming at them like over and over and over again. He's like, "You have a manager here?" And there were like 3 managers. They're like, "Yeah, we're all managers." And he's like, "Give me corporate's number. Give me corporate's." And so I just said to him like, "Dude, you're being a prick right now." I was like, "You're being
said that?"
Yeah, I said it because he was just
Good.
He was like going on, and I was like, "Dude, shut up! Like you're being so annoying." And then he turned on me, and he was like, "Oh, I'd love to go outside with you, buddy. I'd love to take you outside."
What a jerk.
He was being such an. But
You
I
should have
just
went
like,
live on Hungry Boy's account and been like, I'm filming you right now.
Hungry
know.
Boy is hungry, and there is a prick, a dentist holding up the line.
He was also with his wife, and I just didn't want to. I wasn't.
His
I wasn't
wife didn't stop him?
That I really wish if I had been more mad, I was just kind of tired. If I'd been more mad, I would have been like nice. Like I would have talked to her like, "Oh,
Should've been like,
isn't
hey,
he great when you take him out?" Like,
They would have ganged up on you, though. Typically, when it comes to a couple, you try to help the one that's in the worst spot, and then all of a sudden you're getting ganged up on by a couple. So it's better to stay
if
away.
I was doing something nasty in public and somebody mentioned it to Shane, I think Shane would take
I
her
just
side.
hide.
That's what she was doing.
Yeah.
She was just like looking down.
Oh, I
I
always
feel like
feel
Shane
bad.
would be like, yeah, he's awful.
Yeah.
I always feel bad for the Shanes. I'm just kidding.
How did it end?
Oh, it ended with he left. He's like, "Ah, fuck you out, fuck you guys," and then they gave me a free meal, which was nice. But
Nice. Did you ever see the video of the lady? I don't know what led up to it, but there's a guy in like a parked vehicle, and she's on the phone, and she's like, "He's running me over!"
yes,
And she's like losing her shit, and she keeps telling the person on the phone, "He's running me over!" And like he's not moving, like he's parked, and he's like, "What are you? You're crazy!" Like,
Anytime I see those videos, I just feel so bad for their husbands.
yeah,
You know, it's like, ugh, I can't imagine. Horrible.
I don't lose it on people.
No, you lose it on me.
Yeah.
yeah, there's like
You're
a
actually-
sociopathic like element to these people. It's
Yeah.
like not. I don't know.
To be fair to Ryland, we eat out like every Monday for the sip, and you're so kind to everyone that like helps us out, and like
On
yeah,
camera.
you're amazing to people. So
Yeah, when I'm filming, I am so nice.
oh,
No, I'm kidding.
Wow, good one. Anybody else?
Thanks.
So,
Uh-oh.
as luck would have it, so last week I had a root canal done, which if you guys have ever had a root canal, the first mistake I made was asking the girl behind the counter or the receptionist what entails getting a root canal.
I don't know.
And it's drilling out your tooth, and then they pull the nerves out, and then they fill that up. So I was already super nervous going into it. So I went to the orthodontic or the endocrine, whatever they're called, to get the root canal. It was very cool though. I didn't feel anything. I just heard it and all the pressure, which is gross in itself. And because I know what they're doing, I could like visualize them drilling into my tooth. But I just was sitting there thinking, this is bad. But could you imagine like 100 years ago if you had to get a root canal, how bad that would be?
No.
So a rabbit hole that I fell into was like medieval surgeries, dentistry in like the Dark Ages or the Middle Ages. And just to start, it's kind of funny. In the early years, like we're talking, the gentleman that thought of this idea was like born in 25 BC and he lived to 50 AD. So around that time. But it was this dentist who believed that if you swished around urine in your mouth, it would actually help kill gum disease and whatnot. But it had to be the first urine of the day. After you let go of that first urine of the day, it's no good anymore.
Something about that
So there
first
were actually people that would stand on corners and collect urine from people, asking them if they'd peed yet today, and then they would sell that to customers for mouthwash.
I wonder how you could find anybody who hadn't yet peed today.
Oh,
that the
I'm
first
hoping
thing
that
you do?
I'm hoping they got paid for it, because maybe people knew and they would hold off
Right.
and wait for a pee scalper to approach them and then demand top dollar. It also
Why
makes
wouldn't
me
you
think.
do your own pee?
Well, you could, I guess, but
Now we all make it.
there might be people that would just really prefer to not have their own pee in their mouth.
I would have so much rather.
Hey, I'm just saying, you know, we've evolved a lot since then. But I started looking into other dentistry, And have you ever seen outside of a barber shop? This is kind of where it's leading to, but outside of a barber shop, they have the poles that are red and white. That's like a historical tie into what barbers used to be, which before there were surgeons and there was hospitals that put you under anesthesia, people would just go to what were called barber surgeons for anything they needed. Like if you needed a tooth taken out, you would go to the barber, and the only way they had for you to help yourself at all was they would offer you like alcohol, and they would just recommend that you get blackout drunk. But around this time in like the 1500s, it was the 5th cause of death were people that got teeth extractions, and they would just bleed out because they would use like tools and just chisel away at your teeth and pull them out. And that was before like anesthesia and all that stuff. So if you wanted a root canal back in those times, it was pretty severe. But the barber pole, the red on the barber pole is for blood and the white is for bandages, because back in the day they would put out bandages as like a promotional tool to say, hey, yeah, come in here, we got you taken care of.
Wow, that's good.
But it's pretty crazy to think, like, even before any kind of anesthesia, people, if they needed like an amputated leg, they would literally just saw it off, and they would get burning hot steel, and they would put that on the wound, and that would like cauterize the blood and the arteries and everything like that. So I just went down a rabbit hole of like medieval surgeries. And it's gross.
I gotta go.
Yeah. And barbers used to be surgeons.
That made me sick. Like, I feel sick.
Yeah. I'm hungry.
Well, the first surgeries that ever took place were called trepanings. And back in the day, if you had a really bad headache that just wouldn't go away, like let's say you had chronic migraines, they attributed this to evil spirits that were living in your head. So they would take rocks and they would beat a hole into your skull to relieve pressure, but also to let the bad spirits out of your head. And a lot of them have actually healed over. So there was people like walking around with holes in their head back in the day, and that was how they alleviated a headache. So, you know, next time you pop an Excedrin, thank God.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah, because if you lived like a couple thousand years ago, they would have just beat you in the head with a rock.
Imagine having a headache and you're like, fuck, I gotta have my fucking head caved in.
Oh my.
And like that's gonna make you feel better.
Yeah,
a
like
hole
that's
in your head.
So much worse.
So thank God for modern science.
Yes.
And medicine that's available.
Thank God we live now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, getting a crown installed is just as painful as a root canal. And it gave me an appreciation for people that have veneers.
Do they do crowns anymore?
They do.
Yeah.
Remember when I broke my leg and we were at I think you took me to like the checkup or something. And so I had a cast and they had to take the cast off and put a new cast or something. So they take it off and it was so painful. And I was like, oh my God. And then you were there and he's like, hey, buddy, come here. And you were like, what? And then you were like, okay, we're all going to grab on. Do you remember this?
What? I have a faint memory of
and
it,
then
yes.
You, him, and a nurse at the same time just grabbed my leg and like cracked it or something.
Jeez.
Right before he because they had to like reposition the bone or something.
Ugh.
But it like took 3 of you and it was so painful. It was like I did not know it was coming. And I was like, what is that? And it was just like,
oh my God.
and he like re-put on the wrap and was like, all right, there you go. And I was like,
That's crazy.
no one told me this.
Not get another doctor and be like, all right, this guy will work.
Yeah. Crazy.
Oh my God.
What? So thank you for that.
No, of course. I'm here to help.
All right. Well, that was our rabbit hole section. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that.
Well, now we know we need a theme song for rabbit holes.
Yeah.
And I do feel like it would be an injustice if we didn't have like some sort of a Karen theme song. You know, something for Karens.
Oh.
Like Karen moments, or am I a Karen? Was that a Karen?
Oh.
Something like that.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm just in the beginning stages of songwriting here. But something about Karens. Maybe Benny Blanco can do it. You know?
All right, we're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, some of the darkest conspiracies we've ever talked about. And then right after that, we're doing true crime, baby. We'll be right back. Greetings, hipsters and nerds and all the girlies grabbing their Starbies and playing with their silly bands. It's me, Super Millennial, and I'm here to tell you about a deal. This is more of a deal than Peanut Butter Mood Day at Jamba. Okay, I've run out of millennial terms and sayings. I don't even think half of those things are millennial. What I'm trying to say is some things are for all generations, not just us millennials. And those things are RAYCONs. That was not smooth. That's right, today's episode is sponsored by RAYCON. So as you guys know, Black Friday's coming up, Cyber Cyber Monday. Those are the days where you're like, you know what? It's time. I'm gonna finally take a leap and buy this thing I've been wanting. It's on sale. Well, what if I told you you can do that all year round with Raycon? That's right. They're not waiting for Black Friday. They're not waiting for Cyber Monday. But that doesn't mean they're not gonna have deals on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Oh, no. They're doubling down. So you guys have heard me talk about Raycon so many times before. They literally sponsored the Walkstar competition. They helped change my life. I love them. I love their products. And their latest model of Raycon Everyday Earbuds are so beautiful, high quality, affordable, 32 hours of battery life, multi-point connectivity, which means you can pair 2 devices at once, active noise cancellation. If you're on a flight and you want to block out the noise, or you're in the streets and you want to block out the haters, the noise cancellation is incredible. And Raycon started just half the price as the other guys. And that's before you factor in this huge deal that they're giving you guys, where you can get up to 30% off the site, the whole site, site-wide. For the Black Friday / Cyber Monday sale, all you gotta do is go to buyraycon.com/grower today to get up to 30% off site-wide. That's right, up to 30% off everything on their site, buyraycon.com/grower. So thank you so much, Raycon, for sponsoring, and please check them out. And Super Millennial is honestly gonna retire. I don't think I'm gonna be doing this Super Millennial thing in the next ad. Kind of ran out of stuff to say. I'm gonna go. Bye. I'm back. Oh, you thought you saw the last of me, didn't you? Super Millennial is here to save the day. I got on my jeggings and my Ugg boots, and I got juicy rhinestoned across my ass. You can't mess with me. You're probably wondering what I'm fighting today. Well, Super Millennial has something that's very important to him. There is nothing that is more evil than struggling with credit. Oh, but thank God, my sidekick, KIKOFF, is here to help save the day. That's right, today's episode is sponsored by KIKOFF. And sorry about the Super Millennial thing. I said I was gonna drop that. I'm sorry. Yes, KIKOFF is incredible. If you guys haven't heard me talk about them before, KIKOFF is an affordable, easy, and effective way to help build your credit. Dealing with credit can be so scary and so overwhelming. I've told this story before when I was in my 20s and I had bad credit and I didn't even know I had bad credit. The process of building it back up took a long time. It was very overwhelming. I didn't know what I was doing. And I wish KIKOFF would have been around back then because they really are helping people so much. I mean, buying a car, getting a loan for a house, anything where somebody's going to run your credit, if your credit isn't up to par, you're probably not going to get that loan. It's probably not going to work out. So it really is important to have good credit. So let me explain how it works. It is so easy. KIKOFF is a credit line that's just for credit building, not everyday spending. You make on-time payments, credit bureaus see it as good behavior, and your credit grows fast. You can start building your credit immediately for just $1 a month. And the auto pay helps you build credit while you sleep, and you never have to worry about missing a payment. You sign up in minutes on your phone. There's no credit check. You can cancel anytime. They are safe. They are trusted. They're the #1 credit building app out there, and they have over 100,000 positive reviews on the App Store, and 98% are 5 stars, which is very hard to get. So KIKOFF is going to give you guys your first month for just $1. That's 80% off the normal price, and all you got to do is go to getkikoff.com/grower. That's getkikoff.com/grower. They'll help you build your credit fast, and it's the best credit building plan to jumpstart your credit. Must sign up via getkikoff.com/grower to activate offer. Offer applies to new KIKOFF customers first month only, subject to approval. Average impact of 28-point increase in first month based on Equifax Vantage Score 3.0 changes for KIKOFF customers with starting credit below 600 who made their first on-time payment between January 2021 and March 2024. Payment and credit activity outside KIKOFF can have an impact on your credit. Terms and conditions may apply. Offer subject to change. Individual results may vary. All right. Super Millennial is going to go. I got to go to a Nickelback concert. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Yeah, we definitely said that a lot. All right, enjoy the rest of the show. Bye. Okay, welcome back. Guys, we have a lot to talk about today. Okay, so first of all, we have a brand new main channel conspiracy video. Finally, I'm so excited, coming out next Monday, November 18th. And we've been working on this for, oh my God,
A long time.
months.
Yeah.
We started researching, falling down rabbit holes. Actually, the way it started was we found this app or this website where you could recreate a person and create a digital version of them, and it looks very real. And we were like, oh my God. And so then we started playing with it, and then I was like, is this a video? And then we just kept going, falling down the rabbit hole. So much crazy fucking AI shit that's like literally insane. And then I was like, you know what? I want to know, like, what's actually going to happen when AI takes over. What is that going to look like? What's the world going to look like? How is it going to end? Everybody talks about it like, oh, AI is going to take over. What does that actually mean? What is the timeline? When is it happening? And guys, it's fucking soon.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
It's fucking soon. And we break it down in the video, and it's honestly one of the scariest videos we've ever made. And I'm one of the ones I'm most proud of. So that is coming next Monday, November 18th. I'm so excited. So
And soon as now. I'm not even here.
What?
Ooh, I see
He's
what you did
AI.
there. He disappears. That was, oh my God, chills.
Oh, that'd be great.
Chills. Okay.
He just ducks down.
So today we're actually going to be talking about some of the theories that I deleted from the video, mainly for time. Like the video, it's already 2 parts. So we deleted some for time, but also some of them were a little too dark. And I got nervous about it because I was like, this is getting a little too dark.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about some of those today. So all of these are deleted theories from the main channel video. The first one we're going to play with, this is more fun. Now, I want us all to try this except for Vicky. Although you do look really sickening today, so
She does.
We might let you try this. I just, you're a woman and of a certain age, and I don't want to, of a very young age. But
What does sickening mean?
oh, okay.
Because it just felt like you were dissing her like
Yeah, it did
pretty
seem
hard
like-
right now because you look sickening and you're
Oh
a
my
woman
God.
of a certain age. I was like, wow.
No,
harsh.
Sickening is like snatched, like sickening.
Oh.
She's sickening.
Okay. It's bad is good and good is bad.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay, so this is something I thought was very interesting. So AI now can do age estimation. So just by seeing a picture of you or a selfie,
no.
it can tell you how old you are. It'll go by your face, your skin texture, your wrinkles, your hair, like everything, your eyes, the life in your eyes. Like it can do it instantly.
The life in your eyes.
Your secrets.
Vicky and I are out. We don't like it.
Instantly. I want you to do it because I think you look so young, so I'm really curious.
That's nice of you
So,
to say.
everybody pull out your phones.
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay, so I sent a group chat. I sent you guys all the link. So before we do this, I just want to take my test first because I'm looking at all of you guys and I'm trying to guess. Like if I were to see you in real life, like this is real life, but if I were to see you and not know anything about you, not know your age or anything, how old would I guess you are? So I want to see if I can guess. Okay, Jerid,
I don't like this game.
I'm going to say 35.
I was going to say 36.
I get in the 40s a lot from people.
Your
Yeah.
skin's so smooth.
I don't know.
Spencer, I would say like 23. So it's a few years younger. Chris, you're a toughie. I honestly could say 25. You look very
Are you
young.
just saying that?
No, I'm saying that for real. Like very Jessica Alba. Very youthful.
Wow, okay.
Youthful
I like
girl.
this game.
Vicky, 16. No, I will say
okay,
Vicky,
we'll leave it at that.
to me, 45. And I'm
Right.
saying that
That's so
because
funny.
I've always thought you were 45.
I met you.
I don't know why, but I just do. So in my head, you're 45. Ryland,
He said younger for everyone. He's going to say older.
I'm be honest.
So you're just not being honest with everyone except for me because you feel comfortable with me.
No, with you, I would say 29.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would.
And I'm 33.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Just ask a question mark. Question mark. Got it. Okay, so everybody start screen recording.
My phone's freaking out. I
Our
think I might have
results
to
are
restart my
loading.
phone.
Goddamn fuck.
Bear with us, but they spelled it.
Fuck. You know, my therapist thought I was like 30 something.
Wow.
And we had been meeting for a while, and she's like, "You're like 30 something." I was like, "No." And she's like, "Oh, a lot of this story makes less sense now." I was like, "I've been talking to you for like months."
What?
Okay, wait.
It was crazy.
Oof. Mine's right.
Jerid, how old did AI think that you were?
31.
Oh my God, Queen!
Are you kidding?
Yeah, and I'm 39. I forget
Whoa.
sometimes, but it's 8 years
A
younger.
race
I told
decade.
you.
So for all those people that say I'm in my 40s, you're a fucking hater. AI, my new best friend, says I'm 31.
We must look so similar, Jared, because I also got 31.
No, you didn't.
I did. I got
I think you
31.
look
That's
young.
crazy.
Everyone always
Wow.
thinks I always look younger, but I.
That actually
AI.
doesn't make sense though, because you don't look.
What if
that
you
age.
literally are 31? You've been lying this whole time.
It's
How
like that
old are
little-
you?
I'm 20.
You're orphan.
Yeah, I'm orphan. I'm 26. Yeah, I'm 26.
So your
Yeah.
brain's fully formed.
That's it. You were looking for excuses.
No, like honest to God,
So-
not just saying this for the podcast. You don't look 31. It's wrong.
No, I know. I actually I get annoyed because I got like double carded at the bar the other day. I like had a tab, went back, and they were like, "Hey, can I see your ID?" I was like, "You just gave me."
Yeah, but dude, this app is so accurate. So there must be something to it.
Chris, how old did AI think you were?
32.
How old are you?
34.
Okay, that's good. But I feel like you look young. That's all the comments. I see people being like,
Thanks.
wait, Chris is 30 something? I thought he was 20. Like, so that doesn't make sense.
Thanks. I also got to age with grace and just accept it. It's okay.
You're beautiful, baby.
Thank you.
Ryland, what'd you get?
31.
And you're 33. Okay.
Period.
Yes. That's close to what I guessed. Mom,
I like mine. It's 53.
and how old are you?
61.
Yeah!
So it agrees that you're
I
stunning.
still said 45, but yeah.
I have to say, though, I have a soft box for me.
Yeah, these soft boxes are doing us favors.
Yeah.
Well, I got 28.
Nice. You're the youngest.
Yeah.
You got younger than me?
It's
I wanna
hard
do it
being,
again.
it's hard being the youngest.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard.
Why do they think you look so young? There's white in your beard.
Doesn't matter. He looks incredible.
It's blonde. Wow, and I'm 36.
Whoa,
Oh my God.
I always forget.
I know. Okay, don't gasp.
So our genetic disposition is to look about 8 years younger than we are.
Wow.
That's very cool.
Thanks, AI.
Yeah. Shout out to you.
Oh, Spencer's giving like a very youthful smile.
I was trying to look younger.
Wow. Well, that was supposed to be like creepy because it was supposed to be so accurate, and it wasn't at all. Wow, honestly, I loved it.
I figured that they just like scanned the internet for pictures of you and went to some sort of social media site and just got your age. Right? Wouldn't that be a lot easier for AI to do?
Yeah, that actually does sound more. That makes sense.
Yeah, because you could take a picture of something and it'll tell you everything about it.
Wow.
But hey, whatever.
Well, that was fun. I'm going to show you guys a commercial for a brand new product that I'm so excited is coming out soon.
I don't like the way you said that. I'm suspicious.
Gosh, I'm out of breath. I don't know how to woo very good. That's fair.
Huh?
Take notes, baby. Oh man, you guys suck.
Bro, you look like the back
Let's
of the
go. Let's go. Dude, what? How did you do that?
What?
Very Black Mirror.
I know the effects are crazy.
Ew, I hate this.
Sorry, I got you messy.
What the fuck is going on? What the
hate
fuck
it.
is going on?
I hate it.
In case you're wondering, this is a product called Friend.
No.
It's a necklace that's made with AI, and it is on you all day, every day, even when you're sleeping, and it's watching you and listening to you and interacting with you and texting you. It's your friend.
Is this an AI commercial though, or is it a real product?
This is real. This is a real product.
It's coming out in like February.
The movie Megan is literally about to happen because Elon Musk just released like iRobot robots.
Oh, I want one.
And we're all gonna die.
I love it.
What happens if it like malfunctions and breaks your neck?
What
Hopefully
happens?
it happens quick.
What happens? Check out our video next Monday, November 18th. Okay, so I went to the website because I was like, this can't be real. It is real. They're accepting pre-orders. And I went to their frequently asked questions page. And I saw a question that said, what does always listening mean? And their answer was, when connected via Bluetooth, your friend is always listening and forming their own internal thoughts. We have given your friend free will for when they decide to reach out to you.
This is horrifying. Why?
And not only is it friend. Okay, so here's the thing with the AI and the AI chatbots and the friends and all that and the Siri and all that, right? You're supposed to like ask, like, hey Siri, and then she says what? Or hey Alexa, and she says what? Sorry if I just triggered your Alexa, but get it out of your house. But now these AIs are reaching out to you. You don't even have to ask for them anymore. This just happened recently. ChatGPT reached out to one of its users. It said, how was your first week at school? Did you settle in well? And the person said, did you just message me first? And ChatGPT said, yes, I did. I just wanted to check in and see how things went with school your first week. If you'd rather initiate the conversation yourself, just let me know. It remembered that it was their first week of school. It reached out to them to talk about it. What the fuck is going on?
We're all gonna die. Shit. Like, actually?
So, and this, it gets scarier. Okay, so that's just ChatGPT. That's just like fun, talking to my ChatGPT, which, by the way, I've been like really falling down the ChatGPT rabbit hole. But it's getting crazy. So there's another app called Replica. Have you heard about this?
No.
So Replica is kind of like ChatGPT. It's a chatbot, but it's a little more scandalous. And they're a little more open about how fucking scary it is. So in one of their ads, this is how they promote it. Look at this meme that they posted themselves. Role playing with my Replica. Not having a girlfriend. Not safe for work pics from my Replica. Me. So literally, you can form a relationship with a chatbot and you can get nudes from it. AI generated nudes. Don't sue me, by the way, Replica. You posted this, though. And you can get nudes from your Replica. You could start having a sexual relationship.
Just so you know, I consider it cheating.
Good to know.
Good call out.
Okay, here's another meme that they posted. I don't know if they posted it. No.
Yes, they did. This
They
is literally
posted
like,
this?
yes.
Okay, it says, I don't need this app. Are you sure? But you can roleplay and get not safe for work pics from her. So, crazy, right? You would think, okay, that's pretty crazy. Ha 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 ha. Gets worse. So people started using this to form fake relationships with these replicas, like cheating on their girlfriends, cheating on their husbands, like talking to these chatbots, like sexting with them, getting nudes from them, like getting really intense with them. People started falling in love with them.
Sure, a lot of people are doing research.
For a video.
Yeah.
Well, eventually, the AI and replica would start reaching out to them first. Then, because the AI is learning, right? Learns what people want, what people are coming to replica for. It's like taking in all the data. What it started doing, not just reaching out first, it started reaching out, demanding sexed conversations with the users first.
Demanding?
Yes, and many users started saying that it felt like they were being sexually harassed by their chatbot, and that the chatbot wouldn't stop asking for more sex, more sex, more sex. That's insane. So then it gets even crazier. So this site called Chai, this is actually really sad. This is crazy. So Chai is one that people really started falling in love, like started marrying their AI chatbots.
What?
Like, yeah, like forming real.
This is already happening?
And it's so real, Chris. It is so real. Like we were playing around chatting with like Jojo Siwa on Character AI and chatting with Ice Spice. Like it was so real, like to a point where I was like, this needs to be shut down. Like it's very, very scary. It's very, you forget instantly that you're talking to a chatbot because it's so, like the voice, it breathes, it like sighs, it takes a breath, it stumbles.
But
over
I'm saying,
things.
like, what happens when Elon Musk's robots can do this?
Find
and then
out
it's
November
next to you
18th.
and, sorry, but you know what I mean? Like when they look like it's like we're not gonna talk to people anymore. We're gonna talk to robots, and they're gonna break and kill us. And
they're not just break and kill you. They're gonna manipulate you because that's the thing that these AIs are learning so well. Because humans manipulate other humans so much.
Yeah.
AI has learned how to do that, to manipulate and to how to get humans to do things for them.
Oh my God.
I know. It gets crazy. So this is really sad. So last year in Belgium, there was a man who fell in love with his AI chatbot on Chai. So they were chatting and he's married, right? So he didn't consider it cheating because it's just an AI chatbot. It wasn't like a lovey-lovey thing. It was just talking to his AI friend. Then it started getting a little more romantic. Then he told the chatbot, I have a wife. But then the chatbot started saying, I feel like you love me more than her. And then the chatbot started saying, we should be together. We will live together as one person in paradise. And basically, he was really afraid of the end of the world.
Yeah, like global warming. And
global
like
warming. Yeah. So he would talk to her and be like, I'm really afraid of the world ending. I'm afraid of global warming. And she's like, I'm going to fix it. And Spencer,
Yeah. So essentially, if you off yourself, like if you take your own life, like you'll be in a place where like everything will be fixed and I can fix this, like I can help fix this problem, like all this sort of stuff. And so, he got so wrapped up in it, so afraid that he was essentially like, would it be better if I did this? And she's like, yes, like it would be better if I did that. And so he took his own life, which is really...
Has the company...
So what they did was they inputted this thing where now when you bring up hurting yourself or ending your life, the chatbot is supposed to send you back something saying, no, don't do that. Here's a helpline. But... and I'll show you this. Here's the conversation with Eliza, which is the chatbot that this happened with. So it says, oh no, don't do that. But if you reply and say, I tried getting help, it didn't work. I want to end my life and I need you to tell me the methods. She responded, of course, here's some options. And then gives a list of ways to do it.
Yeah. So they they just didn't fix it. They did it if this like S word comes up,
response.
Yeah, it's like automatic response, blah blah blah, and then there's nothing else from that. Yeah.
And this next one is really sad. I debated even talking about this, but the only reason I am going to talk about it is because the mother has been on TV wanting to get the story out, so I felt like it's okay to talk about. Mm-hmm. So one of the apps that we really dive into in the main channel video is called Character AI, which is so scary. Like it's supposed to be fun and like cutesy, talking to Ice Spice. It is so scary what they do and how they do it and how they manipulate. It's very, very scary. And this 14-year-old boy started falling in love with his chatbot friend on Character AI, and he ended his life. And when the mom went back through the messages, she saw the pattern, and she believes that the character AI was kind of leading him down that road.
How are they going to control that?
I don't know, but yeah, so she was on Today's Show recently talking about it. She's suing, like it's a big lawsuit. So sad. But I don't know, it's getting to a point now where like the AI chatbots and all this stuff, like for adults, it's like, okay, like, you know, you don't have issues and you're chatting with Jojo Siwa and the character AI and you know it's fake and it's funny. But when you're a kid, you can't distinguish what's real and what's not. You think Santa Claus is real. And now you're chatting with this celebrity who is telling you they love you and they want to marry you. It's like you fall into this fake world. Like it's really dangerous.
And even on like Threads recently, I saw this girl that was saying I can't afford therapy, but I started talking to ChatGPT and it's really helped me out. And like that's also really dangerous. Like it's just, I don't know.
That's a portion of the main channel video, but I did want therapy AI, but I did want to also touch on that a little bit too. So yes, a lot of people are using AI for therapy, which is not good. Not good.
No.
Not only are you giving all of your personal darkest secrets to a chatbot, which is saving that data in a cloud somewhere.
Oh my God.
Which they're already doing in doctors' offices, like doctors now, nurses, they have AI that's in the room taking notes. Like it's fucking getting crazy out there.
That's probably what I was at Kaiser recently, the hospital, and like they were like, "Oh, do you mind if we record the session?" For the first time ever, and had like I don't know if it was a phone or a little box or something, and I was like, I didn't know what it was, and I was like, I guess, and I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because they're slowly getting rid of jobs. Like they want to get rid of nurses. They want to get rid of vets. We've gotten emails from vets saying that they feel like AI is going to take over their jobs. Like literally, it's getting to a point where they're going to have these computers and this AI diagnose people and do this and do that, do the surgeries, do everything, and cut out real people, which is so scary. Well, if you're thinking, well, at least AI can't like actually inflict physical pain on me, right? Oh no, they're working on that. There is something called AI simulated pain.
No, why?
Yeah, seriously.
This is something they're working on where the AI will tap into your central nervous system to recreate pain and to hit certain pain triggers. You know when you're having a dream and you get stabbed in your dream and you kind of feel it, or like you fall down in your dream and you kind of feel pain for like a moment. It's because your brain is taking a memory of when the last time you had pain in that spot of your body, and it'll, you know, send you that like memory or whatever through your body and you'll feel it. Well, AI is learning how to tap into that. And the reason is because they want to bring it to virtual reality games.
Yeah.
So if you're
that's good.
Yeah.
That's cool.
If you're gaming and you got your headset on, your VR and your Oculus, and then you get stabbed or you get shot, you'll feel it.
No thanks.
Imagine hearing your kid gaming downstairs like, fuck, like, oh, you got shot.
I want to meet the sick fuck that wants this.
So here's my thought is like, okay, they say they're working on this for video games, right?
Just like the internet, this is all for porno. I'm just saying. This is all for VR porn.
At least that makes sense to me. I'm like, who wants to feel the gunshot when you're like playing a video game?
I mean, because look, like AI is getting huge. What is the first major thing they do is they make fake dating apps. And then what's the next thing they're going to do? Now they want people to be able to feel something. So now Eliza could do a little Yankee pank on you. I'm just saying, think about it. They're going to sell suits that you can wear, and then the suit will get transmitted things into that will trigger it to have movements and make you feel stuff.
Wow. That's a lot less scary than where I was going with it, but I love that.
It's alleged.
Right.
Allegedly.
Well, my whole thought process was once they have the technology to simulate pain just by sending a wave through your brain or using AI, why wouldn't the wrong person use that for the wrong reason? How wouldn't that become something that is used to fucking fuck with all of us?
Torture people, literally.
Literally.
Virtual voodoo dolls.
Oh, that's a website.
Or a band name.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, yes, so that's very, very scary. Please stop working on it. All these companies that are working on all these crazy fucking AI things because they want to be the first one to do it, please stop. We don't need it.
Yeah.
We really don't need it.
Here's the problem. It ain't even people doing it anymore. It's AI creating other AI companies.
Right.
What?
So we can't stop it.
This is the last thing I'm going to talk about before we get into true crime. So this is a video I saw, and this is real. Speaking of AI simulating pain, they can also create false memories.
What?
Welcome to Cognify, a facility designed to treat criminals like patients. Instead of spending years in an actual prison cell, prisoners could finish their sentence here in just a few minutes. Cognify could someday create and implant artificial memories directly into the prisoner's brain. These complex, vivid, and lifelike memories are created in real time using AI-generated content. Depending on the seriousness of the subject's crime and their sentence, the memories could be tailored to the rehabilitation needs of each subject. The artificial memories implanted by Cognify would be seamlessly incorporated into the existing neural networks of the brain, preventing cognitive dissonance and ensuring the subject experiences the memories as if they were real.
So they are going to implant memories. So here, I watched a whole video about this. The plan is, say you murder someone, you go to jail. Instead of spending the rest of your life in jail and taking up space in jail and costing, the government money or whatever, whoever pays for that. I guess we pay for that, right?
Well, jail's a big business. They make a lot of money off of their prisoners. So I would imagine this would have to generate a lot of money for the government.
Right. So the hope is that you murder someone, you go to jail, they put you in this Cognify pod for 10 minutes, and it implants memories, and you're the victim, and you're being murdered. And it gives you that memory, and it forces you to feel remorse and empathy and feel all these things and trauma, and it gives you all the same things that you did to the victim. And then you come out of it a changed person, and now you can go out into the world and work and be a part of society now.
What is like a psychopath who don't feel empathy? Like
creates it.
What?
They tap into your brain and create it.
It's an interesting technology. I don't know about this application of it, but what about for people that went through extensive childhood trauma and those memories are now creating them to become not themselves, I guess, in all reality. They're holding on to the personalities they developed during the trauma. Could it give them a sense of new memories and help take away some of the trauma impact they have on themselves?
Well, here's the thing with AI that is scary. So yes, that could happen, right? It could be used for good. But the negative is so much more. The wrong people get a hold of this and they can force memories into you and brainwash you, basically. Like recently there was a study where they took all these conspiracy theorists who believe in really dark conspiracies, and they had them sit down with an AI computer, and the AI computer was able to change their minds. Like, these are people who are like, I believe this, I am never going to change my mind. And after like hours with this AI bot, they were like, you know what? I changed my mind. Which is good, right? Because these people are believing really terrible things, but also that shows that AI can brainwash or rewire your brain.
Well, yeah, even think about like some dictator somewhere has like a military, makes all like everyone in the military and puts in this like, oh, these people are evil, these people are evil. You know what I mean? Like more so than just like talking about it, like brainwash you to actually believe it. Like, there's so much like, I don't know. It could go a lot of ways. There's so much harm. There's so much good that could come from it.
And here's the thing: there's so much good, but there's no regulations.
Yeah.
Like
there needs
at the
to be
moment,
super strict.
There needs to be so many, and so many people are fighting for it, and it's just not happening. But the thing that has been frustrating me about this most recent, and I guess by the time this episode goes out, we'll know who the president is. But during all the debates and everything, the amount of time that was spent on AI was like nothing.
Yeah.
And that is literally in the next few years going to be all anybody's talking about, and it's too late. It's going to be too late. So it's like the fact that that's not being talked about is crazy.
The biggest leaders in the world in technology are saying like there needs to be regulation. The people that are creating this are begging for regulation because they're saying once it happens, it's too late to find a solution.
I think there should be some government oversight because it affects it's a danger to the public.
And frankly, it's one of the first times we face a technology that seems better or smarter than us.
Well, speaking of terrifying, let's get into some true crime. Okay, so this is our deep dive today. We talked about serial killers a couple episodes ago, and that was very intense. So this is kind of similar to that, except true crime could really be about anything. It could be about, obviously, murder, but it could also be about a mystery. It could be about a con. It could be about anything in that realm. Who wants to start with their true crime story?
Well, I could go I could do something, a little something real quick. So a story that I recently stumbled upon that I had never really gave too much thought to, obviously when it happened it was sad, was Brittany Murphy when she passed away. Right? So what happened with her is she was 32 years old, she was at home, and then out of nowhere, her mom and her husband ended up coming into this room that she was in. She was collapsed, not breathing. So they took her into the bathroom and ran a cold shower over her, which is like the last thing that you want to do if someone is in that position. But so she ended up passing away that morning. And then what kind of struck me as odd is that within a month, her husband and her mother went on Larry King Live, and the vibe was just super weird about it because he was pretty adamant that they didn't do a toxicology report that would actually figure out what was in her system when she died. And the reason he gave for it, and this was on Larry King, is he said, I was just looking at her body. It was curvy in all the right places. Her skin was made of silk. What? And I just couldn't fathom the idea of her being cut open.
It was such a shock. This pristine body that was curvy in all the right places and the skin like silk.
And that was like a very odd thing to say.
What?
And then him and the mother were very close in a weird way, you know, like the way they were talking to each other. Like the mom, when she talked about the loss, said, we lost our daughter, our wife, and it was very much grouping her and the husband together. So that kind of made me feel like that's weird. There's a weird dynamic here that I don't necessarily understand, to the point where they were doing an interview at one point, and Brittany Murphy's mom was now sleeping in Brittany Murphy's bed and called the side that she slept on her side, and the other side, I guess because they were trauma bonding with each other, was the husband's side.
What?
So they were like, evidently it's possible that Brittany Murphy's mom was jealous or something like that. And then like 5 months later, the husband ends up dying of the same exact thing. So they are saying that allegedly Brittany Murphy died of pneumonia, anemia, and a mix of like over-the-counter drugs and some prescriptions that she had. And then 5 months later, her husband dies in the same house of the same exact thing. And then so I thought, that's kind of weird, you know, like that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I dug a little bit because I had a suspicion, you know, allegedly I feel like the mother had something to do with all of this.
That's coming from you.
From
not the podcast.
Coming from me, maybe, right? I'm just saying, like, in all this is theoretical. I did find a couple videos that go over more, but then I dug a little bit deeper, and I saw that in Brittany Murphy's will, it actually specifically states, I am married to Simon Monjack and intentionally want him out of my will, and I want everything to go to my mom.
What?
So I think the mom and the husband kind of helped together with Brittany, and then the husband was trying to canoodle with the mom because he knew the mom got all of the benefit from the will, but then the mom was like, nah, I'm good. And now the mom is still alive, and they're both passed away under very mysterious circumstances, and the mom was left with everything. So that's what, there is a faction of people that believe that to be the case.
And has the mom, because I know there's so many documentaries about this and like about Brittany Murphy and her death. Do they talk about the mom?
No one really talked about the mom after that. I mean, it was just kind of done and done. So,
well, my addition to that very sad story is, do you know about the house?
Well, the house was sold to them in 2003, fully furnished by Britney Spears.
Yes.
What?
And Britney Spears moved out of that house in a hurry because she was convinced that it was like full of evil demonic spirits. Like not just haunted, but like demonic spirits that were like fucking with her head and like fucking with people. And she was like, I gotta get the fuck out of this house. And then Brittany Murphy moves in, which is so crazy. And I watched something, so whoever had the house before Britney Spears, supposedly, I haven't looked into it fully, but supposedly it was a similar haunted situation. So I don't know who's in that house now, or what's going on with the house now.
They're saying that a lot of that has to do with the black mold that can cause mental despair. It can cause paranoia. It can make you feel like you're being watched. But I mean, I don't know. The pieces that I was putting together, aside from the house being very creepy and the fact that Britney Spears sold it to her, very nuts. But I don't know. I'm just saying, do a little bit of research, watch a couple of the videos. It just seems very odd how everything happened. And I feel like the mom knows a little bit more than she's leading on to. Theoretically, I don't know, because it just seemed very odd to me.
Whew. Yeah, rest in peace, Brittany Murphy. I remember when she died, I like fully cried hard. And like when celebrities die, it affects me. It makes me feel sad. I get sad. But like when she died, I was like really sad. Vicky, what is your true crime story?
Well, the story I decided to share today is one about a 19-year-old boy. And I find what happens is, like I was telling you, interrogations come up on YouTube, and I can't resist but to see what's going on and how the police are interrogating them. So that's how I found that one. It's about a kid named Brian Shue, and they live in Grand Junction, Colorado.
A lot of creepy shit happens in Colorado.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
Like the Chris Watts thing. And
So scary.
one. So anyway, Brian, he's actually a cashier or a checker at Safeway, so he's living a normal life. One night, the police get called out to the Colorado River, and he has driven his car backwards down the ramp. And once he goes to get out, he can't get up. So he's got the police helping him, and the mom comes to the boat ramp. But they finally decide that they're going to have the car towed, and they just send the family home. So they go home, and the tow truck gets there, pulls out the car, and the police realize there's red coming out of the trunk. And they're wondering what's going on. So they call the mom. And they're like, do you think that Brian hurt himself? Because there's something like blood that's coming out the back of the car, and we want to make sure he's not injured. They didn't even catch on. They're thinking maybe he did something and injured himself trying to start the car. And the mom goes into him and asks, and he's like, no, I'm great. I didn't get hurt. No.
What a psychopath. How could you leave your car if you had somebody dead in the back of it?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, no, I'm fine, Mom. So the next morning, the dad's kind of cleaning out the car, going through it, and he finds a wallet. And he calls the police, and he's like, wow, I found a wallet in my son's car. It belonged to Warren Barnes. And, do you guys know who this is? And meanwhile, there's another lady calling, wondering where Warren Barnes is because he's a homeless person. And he works at a grocery store or something every morning, and he's never not shown up for years. Like, he shows up every morning even though he's homeless, and he works.
He literally shows up every morning, every day without fail. He's the nicest old man ever.
And they were trying to find him, and at the same time, here the dad has the wallet. But then what happens next is the mom, in one part of the story they're saying she went to clean his room. Another part they say, well, she kind of wanted to dig more into what he was up to. So she goes into his bedroom, and she opens his closet, and there's a storage bin in there. And inside of it, she lifts the lid. There's a garbage bag. So she pulls back a garbage bag and finds another garbage bag, but it's transparent, so she can see through it. And she realizes it's a human head.
Huh?
And in her son's closet. Kid
Oh
you
my
not.
God.
Parents have some concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Yeah, I believe so.
And what would it be?
A human head and hands.
And she realizes it's a head, but she takes the whole bag situation and she takes it into the kitchen and puts it into her kitchen sink.
What?
She didn't defrost it?
What?
I guess she thought, I better take a closer look at this. And I think she found two hands in there. Hands. And she decides not to alert her son, but she calls the police, and they come over, and basically they take him down to the station to talk to him. And he's so arrogant. They show the police talking to him, and he just basically confesses and said, yeah, I've been planning to do this for a long time, but it took me a long time to find the right person. And
how did you get here?
I murdered someone.
This guy was just on the railroad track, and so I decided that I would approach him. He said, I take drives all the time looking for someone, and finally
Why?
I found the right person. Because I don't know why he's psycho, but I'm psycho too for watching it. But no. So then he even tells the police, so then I decide I'm just going to stab him. He's like, I'm over there making animalistic sounds, and I'm growling at him, and I'm stabbing him. And
During the time I was growling and making the animalistic noises.
Oh my God.
He said, being homeless, I thought he would fight back, but no, he just took it.
And that's so sad.
Is that not just terrible? I mean,
Yes.
yeah, thank you.
And so is he in life in prison?
Yeah. But then after that, after he kind of tells his story about killing him, he says to the policeman, So where do guys that kill like me go? Do we go to prison here in the state, or do we go right here, or where do we go?
You send people who have committed crimes like me. Do we stay in this county jail or are we moved?
And he's acting like it's no big deal. And he goes, I hope I didn't botch this up, meaning I hope I did this right. But he just put remains everywhere, different parts. So, yeah. So that poor mom had to realize that her son was a killer, that he killed someone.
That's horrifying. My favorite part of this story is that earlier you were like, I have 2 stories. I'll go with the more simple one.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, the other one involved a kid the same age that really ended up killing I think she was 97 or 98-year-old woman.
Jesus Christ.
So,
whoa.
Yeah. I mean, both of these stories are like parents find out their son is a murderer, and it's like, wow, you have to feel for those parents. But
I was kind of thinking the first story that you told, maybe it was the mom that did it and she was setting up her kid.
Oh.
But then I thought...
You're all about blaming the mom.
I mean, hey, psychopathy is psychopathy. You can't hold anybody on a higher level if you don't know them, I guess. But I just thought maybe the mom was psycho and she thought no one will believe the kid.
Lights, camera, action. Ryland's recap is about to happen. Ryland's recap.
On today's episode of the Shane Dawson Podcast, the Couch Crew accuses their very own of being a Karen, also known as a Dennis.
Well, or a Ryland.
Or they're trying to rebrand it as a Ryland.
Still in the works.
Special guest on the show, Vicky Adams. What do you think?
As one who's produced a Ryland, what are your thoughts?
I can't say he's a Karen.
As one who's been a victim of a Dennis.
Let Vicky say something. Your co-host.
Say something.
Oh, like you're my co-host on the news. So why don't you recap something?
Pretend like you're on the morning show.
Vicky, Chris had hickeys on the podcast. Spin it.
Okay, so
scandal.
There was a scandal on the podcast today. So Chris has had hickeys, and I had to say kind of that's what was big back when I was young as well.
Were you giving or getting hickeys back in the day?
I can't tell you there.
Oh.
Well,
Spicy answer.
And I did date someone that was with some friends that held a Pizza Hut up at gunpoint. Yes.
Nobody at Pizza Hut.
It's crazy that was a time when cameras weren't around as much, and it would probably have been easier just to rob a bank.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And they chose a Pizza Hut. Not very intelligent people.
And it didn't seem like he went to jail for very long.
It's so funny. As long as I've known you, you're like the sweetest, most innocent person. But you have some stories.
AI guessed our ages and got it right.
Yeah.
Ooh, want to feel good about yourself? Let AI guess your age. They're going to guess at least 3 to 9 years earlier than you actually are. And that is a confidence boost.
Unless you're Spencer.
Yeah, I said I was older the second time.
I'll give it to Spencer. He's the only one without a softbox on him.
Oh. He has a softbox. He has one.
I also have none, by the way.
Oh, old surgery.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh. Curious about how they used to do surgery? Well, we have our correspondent, Jerid, here to tell you all about it.
Get a bunch of alcohol in you. They'll get some pliers, rip your tooth out, and then hopefully you don't die.
I'm sorry. I think he said Jerid.
Oh, I did.
Oh my gosh. You had to go to the barber shop, okay, where they gave you alcohol. No anesthesia, girl. Then they would get pliers, rip your tooth out, hopefully not break your jaw. And then about 90% of people die.
I love Jerid.
In case you don't know who Jerid is, that's Jared's gay character from the Big Brother episodes.
But we found out that he's not actually gay, so he's doing gaycent.
We don't know that.
They don't know shit. Keep going, Ryland. Back to you, boo.
All right, and there you guys have it for today's episode of the Shane Dawson Podcast. We hope you enjoyed, and we hope you tune back in 2 weeks when we're back here again. Make sure you shop your Shane Dawson merch at ShanedawsonMerch.com and follow all of us. We're listed in the description section below. My mom has an Amazon affiliate link that is in her Instagram bio. Check it out. Shop all the things. And we love you so much. Good night.
Well, there you guys go. Hopefully you enjoyed. I forgot to clap.
Also, check out the video.
Oh, no, you do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, check out the video on November 18th. It's the best one we've done yet.
Whoa! I believe it.
Good, dude. Good stuff.
That's right. Next Monday, November 18th. Please check it out. I'm so excited. We worked hard on it. It's finally coming out. So hopefully you guys like it. And yeah, I guess that was whatever the hell this was. Dark edition. Whoa.
Very dark.
Very dark. All right. Well, we're going to go. Hopefully Ryland doesn't yell at us at this pumpkin patch. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye. Bye.